Hey guys, back again. So my goal is to post like two of these videos a week while we're gone. So this will be the last one for this week. And again, I'm gonna update you on a couple of things that I found out are different than last time. So the first thing is that I wanna clarify the work that I'm giving. So this work is a learning opportunity, and I wanna keep you guys engaged while we're not in school, okay? I don't want you guys to have learning gaps. I don't want you guys to forget things that we've worked really hard to make progress on. So, this is why I'm providing these things when there's not instruction in the classroom during this time. So, every couple of days, I'm going to be giving you these videos, and I gave you like a lot of work in the beginning too. So, that way you can practice and continue learning on previously like discussed topics. And I want to make sure that you are given learning opportunities. That way you're engaged and on task while we're not in school. So I know a lot of you guys are not going to complete this work. So the point of me giving this to you is so that you are engaged and you are doing stuff to make sure that you stay on track. This has to be led by you, and this has to be kind of like an independent study thing. So I want to kind of incentivize it. So I had talked about doing a movie party with food and all that stuff for MCAS. So I'm going to talk about MCAS in a minute, but where that's delayed or not happening, I want to give that incentive for the class that does the most work. So again, not going to count against you because this is just for me to keep you engaged and making sure that you're completing things that are on grade level, on topic, so you don't forget anything. Like over the summer, they have that learning gap kind of thing where everything kind of goes back a little bit. Like you lose some stuff. I don't want you to lose stuff because we're gonna go back and we're gonna make sure we're full steam ahead, finishing all of the standards we have to finish. So I'm going to give the class that completes the most assignments um, a party. So that should be a pretty good incentive, I think. Um, but I want you to know that even if your class doesn't win and you do work, I still want to do something for you. So don't count yourself out, okay? So make sure that you're getting a lot of work done so that way hopefully you can have like the party. But even if you don't get the party, I want you to do something for yourself because I want to try and give you guys something. Okay, there's that. Next thing, I wrote it down. MCAS. So, just so you are fully aware, I have been updated on kind of like what's happening with MCAS. So let me just make sure I have this right because I want to get you guys the right information. So, um, this is public information. So this is what has been released from the Department of Education um, to the public. So I'm just going to read it off so you guys understand what's happening. So it says MCAS, the department is exploring all options around this year's testing requirements. To date, DESE, the Department of Education, has postponed um, both the grade 10 English Language Arts Assessment and the opening of grades 3 through 8 English Arts Assessment, which was scheduled for March 30th. So postpone means even though, because we're different than the whole country, even though it was said for the country that standardized testing was to be canceled, we have to make our own decisions around the law. So it says the department will keep districts informed of decisions related to the spring 2020 assessment schedule, and there may be an opportunity for a 1-year assessment and accountability waiver from the federal government. But even if that is granted, we would need relief from our state legislator to waive the state law. So even if they did get permission from the federal level, like Washington, they would still have to approve that here. So you may or may not have MCAS this year. It's still kind of up in the air. So where I did say the last video that it was canceled, that was when we just had the information from the White House. But now we're getting more information from the state. So that means it could be postponed. So another reason for you guys to keep doing your work because you want to show all the progress you've made this year on that test. Like it's really good to feel good about the work that you're doing. So I want to make sure that you're fully aware of the situation. Okay. So that's that. Remember, if you guys have any questions, please text me on Google Voice or message me on Jupiter. Those are the two things that I'm going to be using to keep in contact with you guys. And then the YouTube videos. I saw a couple of you guys commented below before, and a lot of you have subscribed to the channel, which is great. And just know that you can't watch this video unless you have a link. So if you know somebody that needs to get access to the video or doesn't have access to the internet, you need to tell me. Like, just message me, be like, hey, like, this person doesn't have it, or I tried sending it to this person, but they can't open it. Because I'll troubleshoot with you guys. I'll try and figure out a way that we can get everyone into here and start, like, discussing some stuff. So, where I have given you all of that work before, and I gave you the narrative on Monday, this is going to be the last video for the week. So you're going to have from today to next Monday to get all that work done that I've given you. And then next Monday, I'm going to just post a small assignment, nothing crazy, or like a small learning opportunity, nothing really crazy. So that way you guys can get some of that work done and really practice on those skills, the writing skills. So we're going to talk about reading informational text standard number 1 today, and that is citing several pieces of text evidence to support analysis of what a text states explicitly, so within the text right there, as well as inferences drawn from the text, so stuff that you have to like infer or take away from your own thoughts. Quoting or paraphrasing as appropriate. So I'm going to tell you, I want you to have quotes in the assignment I'm going to give you. We've practiced paraphrasing. If you want to add paraphrasing, go for it. I'm glad you guys are using it. But please make sure that you are giving me direct quotes from the text. So something that kind of backs up this standard is claim evidence reasoning. So I'm going to give you an assignment. You're going to have to write one paragraph. That's claim evidence reasoning. One paragraph. So you guys know how that goes, right? You remember when I said if you're writing a paragraph, usually your claim is one sentence. Evidence is 1 to 2 sentences. Reasoning is 2 to 3 sentences. And then you always have your conclusion right at the end, which I don't really know why we don't include the conclusion in the CER thing, but whatever. So I'm going to go over CER one more time, and then we're going to talk about the assignment. So CER, I know you guys love this. I know you're so excited and you love CER so much, but I think the one I'm going to give you is kind of interesting, so I'm not going to really make it like super hard and rough. I wanted to give you guys a kind of fun assignment this time. So let's just go over CER one more time. So C is your claim. Don't forget you're restating the question here, okay? You need to make sure that in your claim, you restate the question and you're answering the question. So if you had a question that asked you to find the central idea of something, which is kind of what the one that you're doing is going to be. So you're going to have to tell me what the central idea is and find evidence to support it, right? So you would put the central idea of is. So the central idea of whatever the article is or whatever you're reading is blank. Then you're going to put because, right? And you're going to explain why that is. Then your evidence. As I mess up, there we go. I kind of did this small, but so you're going to put for the evidence, right? The article says, or in the article, the author writes, or whoever the author is states in the article, right? You're going to introduce that quote with one of these little phrases, right? Then you're going to give me your actual evidence and then tell me what paragraph it's in. We should all remember that. And then your reasoning. Your reasoning is big. A lot of you guys, when you do your reasoning, you're just telling me again, like a summary of the evidence. I know what the evidence says. You know what the evidence says. I need to know why you picked that evidence. So, why you chose this. why did you choose the evidence you chose? Don't say, this evidence supports my claim because, never put my or I, because how does that sentence sound without it, right? This evidence supports the claim because, it sounds pretty like academic and less more about like what you think. You have to be very like strong in your belief on what the actual reasoning is why that supports your claim. So you need to make sure that you sound like you really believe it. You're like, well, I think. No, not what you think, what is, right? So it is the evidence. It is the thing that supports the claim. This is fact, right? Because you're trying to make your argument sound as possible. So make sure you're really backing it up and not using those I, me, my, because it just sounds like you believe it. Does that make sense? So if you just believed it, then it wouldn't apply and it wouldn't be like actual fact. Okay. So now that we've got our little mini lesson review done, what I want you guys to do is you are going to read an article from Newsela. I know, so exciting. But what it is, it's actually about Billie Eilish winning the Grammys. So I thought that was pretty interesting. It happened a couple months ago. So it talked about Billie Eilish winning and what that meant and how it like looked for the Grammys and stuff like that. So what I did is I assigned it on Newsela. So if you know your login for school and you can access a computer and the internet, you can log on to Newsela and you can complete it on Newsela because it's assigned to all your classes. If you do not have access to the internet, I have put the assignment in Jupyter with I was gonna put something else in there. I'll think of it in a minute. So I put the assignment in Jupyter. That way you are 100% aware that you can do it there. Listen, I understand if you do not have access to a printer. I understand if you cannot complete the assignment online. I 100% understand that. Write down your evidence on a piece of paper. Answer the questions on a piece of paper. Do whatever you have to do to get it done, and I will accept it. It doesn't have to look beautiful or like perfectly typed. If you get it done in any way that you possibly can, I'll appreciate that you put in the effort to do that work. So that's fine. I'll put that towards our incentive, okay? I feel like I'm missing something that I had to say. If I am, I'll just message you guys on Jupyter. I also send these videos to your parents, so if they want to watch this too to get some information, that's cool. So make sure you're sending out that link, you're sharing, you're subscribing to the channel. It'll say on my channel that I don't have videos just because I keep it password protected, or link protected. So you have the link, that's how you get in, because otherwise like the general public could call my Google Voice number because I gave it to you guys. So just make sure you give someone a link when you're sharing the video, and not just my page. If you guys have any questions about this, please use my Google Voice number. It is the easiest way for me to respond to you because Jupyter Ed messages all go to my email and it kind of gets like all jumbled. Oh, I remember the other thing. But when you're messaging me, it's so much easier to use Google Voice. I don't mind if you use Jupyter Ed though, I really don't. But sometimes I'll miss a message because it's just all in one thing. But if you can see, I'll show you. When I go to Google Voice, right? It's separated just like a phone. So it's like different text from people. So that's totally cool. Text me. Don't be afraid to text me. Cleo's out on a walk, so she's not going to visit today, but I'll definitely post next week with Cleo. I know some of you guys like that. And there's one person who especially likes it. I'm not going to point them out, but we know who you are. So, the other thing is Mr. Dressel sent out, I think he sent out, or he is going to send out something about laptops. So keep an eye out on Jupyter for that. Other than that, that is all I have today. I hope you guys have a really good rest of the week, good weekend. Reach out to me if you're confused, you need any help with anything. I am here. I'm also going to give you guys a link to extra like assignments or like different links that the that New Bedford Schools put out that kind of give you some extra stuff to do if you're getting bored at home and you don't really have much to do. There's a couple of different like websites you can go on and do some practice. So I'm going to post that too if you feel like doing that. I'll put that towards your incentive if you feel like it. But I hope you guys have a really good rest of the week. Reach out to me. Have a good weekend. Stay safe. Social distance. And yeah, just be good. All right. Bye, guys. Miss you. Bye.